for love and money. Transits to your natal Venus. The Neptune effect. Natal Venus in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius at 16 to 23 degrees, 2020, 2021. Please note, Google the Swiss ephemeris for your birth year to find the planetary degree and sign of your natal Venus under your birth month and date. Venus in Cancer or Scorpio, 16 to 23 degrees. What to expect? This is the romance transit par excellence, with idealism at an all-time high. The dream, the fantasy, is made real and is suddenly standing in front of you. The current transit of Neptune in Pisces is in positive trine aspect 120 degrees to Venus in Cancer and Venus in Scorpio. The possibility of connecting with a soulmate and having a true sense of soul union with them can happen at this time. Neptune is characterized by the depth of the sea, and Neptune-Venus energies can never be described as shallow. The emotional walls and barriers we erect for protection dissolve automatically without any effort at this time. This is what produces the overall feeling of oneness and unity with the love object. We become aware of the higher truth that we are not separate and never will be. This is one of Neptune's gifts to us, and it is given through the experience of love. It is this subtle realization of our essential oneness that creates the selflessness and willingness to surrender and sacrifice for the love object that usually occurs under this influence. We are made aware that what we give to the beloved at this time, we are essentially giving to ourselves. Empathy and compassion is accentuated. Creativity is heightened to the max, and for those in creative professions, award-winning output can be the result, as well as earning money from your creations. Psychic sensitivity is heightened, especially in connection to the love object. As always, be sure to consider the natal aspect between Venus and Neptune, if any. Transiting Neptune will activate the natal condition in tandem with the transiting trine of Neptune to your birth Venus in Cancer or Scorpio. Under all Neptune transits, we tend to draw into our lives people who are very Neptunian. The sign Pisces or the planet Neptune prominent in their birth charts or strong 12th house placements. Natal Venus in Pisces, 16 to 23 degrees. What to expect? Transiting Neptune is making a conjunction, hard aspect, to your natal Venus. Yes, you have never felt this way before. It's that deep. This can be the greatest love of your life or the most tragic. Refuse to allow romantic idealism to blind you from the truth of the person you love or their life situation. Seek out the objective opinions of friends and loved ones if your thinking seems to be hazy. The Neptunian fog that you may suddenly find yourself in makes you vulnerable to deception. The tragic side of Neptune occurs when you allow your emotions to run wild over impossible people in impossible situations, or those who are obviously unavailable or unattainable. This occurs due to your desire to escape the mundane through love at this time. The tragic love affairs under Neptune, which bring the greatest feeling of emotional loss, are the ones that involve third-party situations. You may delude yourself that the intensity of the love you share requires a sacrifice, namely yours. Delusion and illusion are two words we associate with Neptune. You feel empathy for your lover's miserable marriage and seek to nurse and heal their pain. This is Neptune's tendency toward self-martyrdom in living color. On top of that, when it's over, there's the tendency to portray yourself as the victim, impaled upon the altar of love. Neptune energies are highly dramatic. Transiting Neptune conjunct Venus can bring a really beautiful connection into your life that lasts. The key is to be very careful who you put your faith and trust in at this time. Be discriminating. Make sure they are truly worthy of the love you feel. Financial losses can be heavy if you allow yourself to be drained by a parasitical person at this time. Helping them to become self-sufficient is of greater benefit. Natal Venus in Gemini, Virgo, or Sagittarius at 16 to 23 degrees. What to expect. Under Neptune Venus in hard aspect, the beautiful dream is more likely to be the beautiful illusion. If you find yourself complaining, "I was deceived," you may be correct, but it usually began with self-deception, a refusal to see the reality of the loved one objectively. If there ever was a planetary energy under which we delude ourselves into believing that the power of our love for someone will heal them and transform them into a better person, this is it. Thus, there arises the tendency under the dark side of Neptune to get involved with the alcoholic, the drug addict, the serial cheater, embezzler, gambler, pathological liar, or financial parasite, because we are going to save them from self-destruction. Usually, after we hear their long tale of woe and self-pity. Under Neptune-Venus hard aspects, we are more sympathetic and compassionate than usual and more vulnerable to others, especially those in pain. In women, this will arouse the inner healer and nurturer. In men, this will bring forth the rescuer and protector. In both instances, a major inner need is being fulfilled. The need to be needed, to feel powerful and in control, or to feel saint-like. On yet another level, if there ever was an aspect under which mutual deception and the deception of others is rampant, this is it. This energy is classic for two married people having an affair and running toward each other, seeking mutual salvation. Typically, neither of them involved in this affair have the whole truth. Usually one of them is willing to get a divorce, but the other one has no intention and never did. Which one will be the sacrificial lamb? If the married lovers run away together, then the sacrifice that Neptune requires will take place on the financial level of Venus through the disruption and division of assets. In conclusion, transiting Neptune on your natal Venus, forming any kind of aspect, can bring into your life something very beautiful or something very unreal. It requires a clear-headed, grounded, practical assessment, discrimination, and a heavy dose of reality. If you find yourself swept away by a sea of emotion that is clouding your ability to think straight, seek out the help and advice of people who can give you emotionally detached opinions. Neptune energy can cast a spell, intoxicate, and bring out of this world emotional experiences. For those interested, the lyrics to the song You Go to My Head describe it well.